Hi, welcome to Mukman Movies. The purpose of this video is to show you what I picked up in September. It started off quite sensible, but towards the back end it got a little bit crazy again, just like August did. I couldn't resist a few bargains and I wanted to pick up a couple of horrors that I'd not seen before. Pick up one horror that I'd not seen before, so that I could include it in my Hooptober 31 Days of Horror Challenge. So starting with that theme, I'll show you the first film I picked up, which was The Exorcist 4K Special Edition Steelbook from HMV. It's a nice design. Still not opened it yet, but I hope to watch that during the Halloween season. And then I picked this up really cheap on eBay for just short of £4. I've never seen it before. Wormwood, The Road of the Dead. It's supposed to be a bit like a Mad Max zombie film, like road movie film, but with lots of zombies. I think I'm going to watch that tonight, actually. I picked up dead cheap 4K release of Ocean's 8. Never seen it, but the reason why I picked that up, that was like under £5 for a 4K release. Reason why I picked that up was because I ended up buying the Ocean's trilogy on Blu-ray for a good price as well. I owned the first film on DVD, but I've never owned the two sequels, so for just short of £15 I got all three films. The first one's a really good heist movie, but I can't really remember the second one. But yeah, that's the reason why I picked up Ocean's 8 as well. Thought I'd complete the set. I had this on pre-order with Zavi for weeks and weeks, and for some reason they never dispatched it, so I cancelled it and just made sure I picked that up with the nice slip cover. Watched it last week as well. Absolutely one of my favourite like heist romance films. Rene Russo and Pierce Brosnan are super hot in this, and the final heist just puts a grin on my face every time. I think it's a wonderful film, directed by John McTiernan, who directed Die Hard and Predator. So a good director on board as well. Really good film. I picked up one of the few films that I've not seen of Christopher Nolan's. It's called Following. I don't know a right lot about this, but it's one of his earlier films and it gets quite a good critical response from people. So I look forward to watching that. I saw this at the cinema this year, and I preferred it to the first film, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That's it. Yeah, I enjoyed that much more than the first film. I found some of the animation in the first film quite distracting. It almost felt like it should have been in 3D with the way they filmed it, but like this one's not as obvious. There's a lot more different comic styles, and it's just action from start to finish. I thought it was excellent, really entertaining. I upgraded my old Blu-ray to the Steelbook of Braveheart. Got that relatively cheap. Super nice with some lovely embossing. One of my favourite historic, well, it's not quite accurately historic, but some great battle scenes, quite brutal, and the final scene with Mel Gibson laid out, being hung, drawn and quartered, always gets me every time. I watched this latest DC film this week called The Flash. Let's turn that off so you can get a better look of the steelbook. Now, this was a mixed bag. The opening scene, the CGI was horrendous. How it got past quality control, I do not know. It was terrible. The babies in it looked like little grotesque gargoyles, and the dog just looked like something like from Scooby-Doo. It was really bad, and it didn't bode well for the rest of the film, but it definitely improved. And there was some explosive action set pieces, and some bit of fanboy baiting that probably doesn't go down well with quite a few people, but I didn't mind it. I found it quite entertaining. So it definitely picks up after the opening scene, but it's definitely a step back for DC in terms of like quality. I've been trying to get this one since February from Radiance Films. Fortunately, they announced on social media and their emails that they found some copies in the warehouse. I managed to get the limited edition film of Big Time Gambling Boss. I'm really looking forward to this, but it won't be till after the 31 Days of Horror Marathon. Yeah, I'm super stoked that I finally got this, because on eBay it's going for ridiculous money. I wasn't prepared to pay it. Finally received Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I've stayed away from all spoilers, so I don't really know what happens in this. I can't wait to watch it, but again, it's going to have to take a back burner until I've done all my horror challenge throughout October. I upgraded my Hellboy 2 Blu-ray to the Steelbook. I've got this for about £5 with Music Magpie, I think it was. Some nice little touches like the embossing on the title there. Really nice artwork on that, and there's no dents, scratches. The condition of it for just over £5, absolute bargain. I got one of 88 Films' latest in Taxi Hunter. This is supposed to be absolutely crazy. Can't wait to watch it. Don't know much about it. Just looks absolutely crazy on the back. Lots of fight scenes and action and bloodletting. I've seen on a few other channels this film being mentioned recently, so I thought I'd pick this up. Got it for under a tenner, and it's Goodbye Dragon Inn. Sounds quite intriguing. There's like an old picture house that's closing down, and the last showing at the cinemas going to be the classic martial arts film Dragon Inn. It's supposed to be amazing, so thought I'd pick it up before it became out of print. One of my friends on Instagram, he absolutely keeps advising us to all go and watch this. It's called Red Rocket. It's supposed to be very funny. Managed to get it for about $6.99. It's from the director who did the Florida Project and Tangerine, both of which I've still not seen yet. So if I enjoy that one, I'll probably go and investigate the other two that is directed. It's supposed to be very funny. Upgrading my DVD to a Blu-ray of Brotherhood of the Wolf. I've not watched this since the 90s. So it'll be good to see in HD. There's some really good action, bit of horror. It's all in French. It's got a great cast. It's got like Vincent Cassel, Monica Bellucci, Mark Dacascos. Oh God, how do you say that? Dacascos. I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that pronunciation. Yeah, so it's one of these underrated period French action films with a bit of horror thrown in. I'd recommend that, actually. It's really good. I upgraded my DVD again to the steelbook of School of Rock, one of the great comedies of all time. Jack Black it's his iconic performance is amazing, and the kids, they don't half rock. They play their musical instruments like they've been playing their instruments for about 20 years. So yeah, really good film. I recommend that a lot. If you've never seen that, I'd be surprised if you've not seen that, though. It's great. I even went to see it live at the theatre in London. On my Instagram page, I've been doing favourite top 3 films of each year since I was born. And recently I came across a film that I've not got in my collection. I couldn't believe it, that I didn't own Children of Men. I'm pretty certain I had a copy once, but I don't know where it's ended up. So I had to pick up this out of print Children of Men Blu-ray off CEX. It's a bleak film about immigration and human infertility. It's so visceral, it's unbelievable, and some of the camera work is absolutely outstanding. There's a scene where they're driving along the road and the camera's going in and out of the car, and it's amazing. If you have a look at the special features, it's amazing how they filmed that. So it's like a cracking film. That it's one of the best of this century. After watching Thomas Crown Affair, I decided I wanted to explore a bit more Rene Russo filmography, and I used to own this on VHS, and I've not had it on DVD at all, so I decided to get this in second-hand. Get Shorty, Barry Sonnenfeld of Men in Black fame. I've not seen this in a long time, so I remember it being really funny, so I can't wait to rewatch this. Should be good. Another film that I've upgraded is Crash. I managed to get this for like £3. It's an Oscar-winning film with lots of great performances. A lot of people said it didn't deserve the Oscar, but I think it's a great film. I even had a bit of a conflab with the director Paul Haggis over on Instagram a few years ago. He used to make a few comments on my film reviews. So yeah, that's a good one to pick up for a few quid. September ended up being a bit of a upgrade month, so I upgraded another DVD, this time a box set of the National Lampoon's Vacation films. The first one for me is one of the funniest comedies of all time. Clark Griswold is such an idiot, and they go out on the road. They decide to drive to Wally World, and obviously things don't go according to plan quite a lot. It's great, and the Christmas one is almost on a par. I can't remember much of the European, and I've never seen the Vegas one, so it'll be good to investigate those two films. And then probably my favourite pickup of the month is I managed to get this steelbook, which is quite hard to get unless you pay a ridiculous price on eBay, and it's The Last Samurai, the white steelbook. It's been out of print for years, and it's quite hard to come by unless you want to pay about £80-90. I managed to get it for £22, and it's in pristine condition. There's not a mark, not a dent or anything on it. So I'm super happy to pick that one up. So I didn't even own that on Blu-ray anyway, so it's a good addition to pick up and add to my steelbook collection. So those are my September pickups. Let me know in the comments below what you think of them. what's your favourites, and give me a like and a follow if you enjoyed the video and you like to see what I was picking up. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.